Hello guys, Bud here with Dependable Lawn Care. I'm getting ready to mow the yard with the FW15 32-inch hydro mower with the bagger system on it. This is the factory bagger system. Be mowing at 3.5 inches, and this is fall fescue lawn, so a little bit of leaves mixed in, as you can see. All right, guys, let's do a quick walk around. So the part, well, my yard, including this side portion, which goes down to that big oak tree right there. There's a little piece that kind of shoots off, but it's mainly just this side piece here. And then, of course, it's kind of hard to show it on camera, but this is my front yard. Now, what I mow altogether is about 3,500 square feet. That's what I just mowed. I didn't show the little side piece on camera, but as you can see, that bagger system makes a nice, clean mow. I was mowing at 3.5, and honestly, I could have easily been mowing at 4.5. It has really good suction, which you can tell by the stripes and how clean it is. You know, I could have been mowing higher, but I mowed it at 3.5, not really realizing how thick the grass was. But I was taking off. I was probably taking off at least 3 inches of grass. So to mow this 3,500 square feet, it took 6 full bags, or I emptied out, I guess I should say, 6 full bags. And right now it's about half full again. So that's about how many bags it takes for 3,500 square feet. And normally when I mow this, I'm not taking near that much off. That was a little bit bad on my part. I let it go too long. It's just been dry, and I thought, well, what's it hurting? You know, it's fall, just let it grow a little bit. And it grew a little bit. So normally if I'm bagging my yard, you know, depending on how many leaves are on the ground, about 3 or 4 bags to do 3,500 square feet. So it's roughly one fill up per 1,000 square feet, you know, roughly, usually. Again, you know, I went a little too long between cuts this time, but as you guys can see, I mean, that looks nice. You know, it picked up almost all the leaves. You know, I'd say at least 95% of the leaves it picked up, pulled up out of the grass. The next time I do this for you guys, I'll let it grow a little bit again, and next time I do this for you guys, I'll bump it up to 4 or 4.5 and show you what it'll do at that height. Probably make the stripes pop even more. But anyway, so that's the factory bagger kit. I'm set at 3.5 inches, which is the number 5 if you haven't done what I've done and marked it in inches. I actually had to measure up to my blades and then mark what each number actually is, since it wasn't marked with inch numbers. And anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for right now. I just wanted to get you some bagger footage, talk about that a little bit. The only downside of the bagger, I mean, obviously with any bagger you have to empty it out, so you know that's a downside with a bagging system, is emptying it out. And it doesn't do well in wet grass, like, you know, really wet. So like first thing in the morning, if I had come out here and did what I just did, cut this like I just did with the grass wet, it would have been sticking in the tube. And the reason is because there's no impeller on the side. You know, a lot of bagging systems have some type of impeller or blower, you know, depends on what guys call it, that helps vacuum everything up into the bagger. Well, this doesn't. It just has a high lift blade on this side of the deck, and then the other side of the deck just has the regular, well, okay, so the other side of the deck has the high lift blade. This side has the super high lift. So I've showed you guys those blades so you know the difference. So basically it's running just a high lift standard blade on that side, super high lift on this side, and that's what gives it the suction, if you will, to push that stuff up through the tube and into the bagger. And it does really good. You know, leaves, grass, whatever. I mean, this was pretty thick and it did just fine. It just doesn't do good when it's wet. But I think that's, you know, every bagging system has its pluses and minuses, or strengths and weaknesses. And with this one, that's its weakness, is wet stuff. But it does a good job, nice and clean. I like the way the yard looks. You know, I get compliments from the neighbors on how the yard looks. So you know, I'm keeping the neighborhood looking nice. But anyway, as always guys, thanks for watching. Get out there and make some money, and we'll catch you on the next one.